Town of Ravenel regular town council meeting Tuesday, April 29, 2025 is called to order. Roll call, Ms. Wood.
Ms. Brown? Here. Mr. Cochran?
Here.
Mr. Rogers?
Here.
Ms. Singleton?
Here.
Mr. Wilkinson?
Here.
Mayor?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Please stand and join me for the invocation and pledge. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening. I've got just a few comments. I'm pleased to let you know that the light pole that was inside the field of play at the ball field has been moved successfully. The scoreboard, we were able to get all the materials we needed there. We've got some 30-foot long poles stored that we got to now put together and put up. It's a timing thing. Hopefully that's going to happen, if not by the end of this week, next week. So those two things will kind of complete that task down there. I also met with the landscape engineer at the Ellington, the old Ellington site. We did a walk through the woods, which is past the school, and then behind the school in that left corner, we've got a nice stand of woods there, and mapped out a walking trail for that future walking trail that we're going to build. She's got it on paper. She hadn't sent me a copy yet because they marked it with GPS, and then I'm going to do a drawing. So as soon as we get that, I'll get it to you guys. And let's see. We had the asbestos report that we received from Charleston County when we bought that facility. I had no idea, but it had a timeline on it, so we had to get it renewed, which it was not a big deal. They just basically came in, checked it, make sure we hadn't done anything and everything's the same. So that's been renewed too, to be able to move into the next phase, which is getting things together for a demo bid. And then I think Ms. LaWanda Brown and Eric Grant will talk a little bit more about that later. So that's really all I've got. We have no recusals or conflict of interest tonight. We do have regular town council meeting minutes dated March 25, 2025. Can I get a motion to approve?
Make a motion we approve the minutes for March 25, 2025.
Thank you. Thank you. Any further discussion? No further discussion. We'll call for a vote.
Ms. Brown?
Aye.
Mr. Cochran?
Aye.
Mr. Rogers?
Aye.
Ms. Singleton?
Aye.
Mr. Wilkinson?
Aye.
Mayor?
Aye. Okay, very good. Moving on to reports from staff and officers. Town attorney, I was with the town attorney today, shut up in a room for about 4 hours, and it was regarding the appeal of Knight's Ready Mix to the Board of Zoning Appeals. Part of that process, as I think you all were aware, was that the petitioner has a right to appeal that decision of the board, and part of that process was to try to mediate that prior to going to the circuit court judge. There was no action taken today. There was no agreements, and it will, if they decide to move forward, it will go on to the circuit court. So as far as we're concerned, this board and the Board of Zoning Appeals, it's a moot point at this time for us. And we will see where it goes from today. Charleston County Sheriff's Office, I don't see Lieutenant Wade here today. Did we hear from him? Okay, we'll check on him. Clerk-Treasurer's report.
The financials were included in the packet. I don't have anything additional to add. If y'all have any questions, just please let me know.
Thank you, ma'am. Interim Planner, we're going to be able to remove that here shortly. Eric Howard, stand up, Eric, so everyone can put an eyeball on you, has been hired. He's our new planner, planning and zoning director. We were fortunate enough to get Eric. His last employment was at Charleston County. So we welcome you, and look forward to working together. Town Code Enforcement Officer, Mr. Bacon.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. Other than the updated information and highlights, so 6105 Smith Road, that Darrow mobile home was demolished. They started on April 14th. Took them about 3 or 4 days to get done, so it's done.
Okay.
There's 2, 3, maybe 4 bigger things we're working on now that will hopefully be on next month's report.
Very good. I read your report. It looks good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Facilities and Maintenance Manager, Jason is off. Keep his wife in your prayers. She's recovering from shoulder surgery. Moving on to reports of commissions, boards, and committees. Sewer Advisory Board, I'll give you a quick update on where we are with a couple of the outlying things regarding our relationship with Hollywood. Mayor Pro Tem and I did go over along with Ms. Wood and met with Hollywood last week with a settlement check. It was a little over $11,000 if memory serves me right. And we thank Tammy for doing really good investigative work and putting it together on what was a fair and reasonable settlement. She, I think, still needs to talk to the attorney about it, but I did talk to one of her advisors that she, with the Rural Water Authority today, and he was in agreement with that number and thought it was more than fair. So hopefully that will be behind us here now. We are meeting again next week, the town of Ravenel, the town of Hollywood, our engineers, and Charleston Water Systems, and this is kind of a final look. It's really an engineering meeting, but they wanted us there. They wanted the mayor to make sure mayors know what we're getting into with removing our sewer line from Pump 7 that we've got the grant for and manifolding directly into that line. And it's basically numbers and pressures and that kind of stuff, but everybody just wanted one final look with CWS before we proceed with putting that out in bid. So that'll happen next Wednesday. Planning and Zoning Commission, recent meeting of April 3rd, 2025. There was a unanimous approval of a site plan for a business called Inspired Closets. That's going at 5605 Savannah Highway. And then they have an upcoming meeting on May 1st, 2025. The Board of Zoning Appeals, their recent meeting as of April 8th, 2025, was a special exception. Unanimously approved for a residential child care facility at 6235 Robinson Street. And then there was a special exception approved for a used truck dealership at 4509 Savannah Highway, Suite 201. That's inside storing of the used trucks, by the way, at one of our storage facilities in town. And then they have an upcoming meeting on May 13th, 2025. We have no old business. Our new business is Resolution 2025-03. Just to set it up real quick for you before I ask for a motion. This was a resolution authorizing the mayor to settle all this stuff up with Hollywood. We just wanted a record of it. So can I get a motion on Resolution 2025-03?
I so move that we approve Resolution 2025-03.
Second, thank you. Any further discussion? All right, if no further discussion, we'll call for a vote.
Ms. Brown?
Aye.
Mr. Cochran?
Aye.
Mr. Rogers?
Aye.
Ms. Singleton?
Aye.
Mr. Wilkinson?
Aye.
Mayor?
Aye. Very good. All right, zipping right along. Public comments. You have the sheet.
Ms. Angelina?
Yep.
Let's talk to everyone about
That's great. Just give us your name and your address, please.
Yes, should I turn on something or does you
No,
hear me
you're good.
well? Okay.
You're good.
So my name is Angelina Stavkov and my address is 6145 Wilkes Pond Drive. This is in Hollywood in Stone Ferry. And why I'm here today, I just wanted to tell you more about what we do. My husband and I, we have a ministry and we do a lot of charitable events in our area. It's for residents, not only from Hollywood, but big percentage from Ravenel. And we just had a big event at Wide Awake Coffee Shop, which is located right next to Food Lion and CVS in the small shopping center in the back. We purchase all the groceries from the stores. We don't use currently the food bank. We want to make sure that the groceries that we are providing for our community is fresh and it's good. So as we fundraise, we also have a lot of volunteers that come to help at the same day to pack the groceries, and we are giving to the folks that they come. We've been doing this already 4 years, and the last time I came here, I talked to Mayor. I just want to thank you so much for supporting our efforts to be a blessing to our community. Many people need grocery assistance, food assistance around holidays, not only around holidays. This is what I found. And I just wanted to kind of like tell you what we do in the area. It's been 4 years, and we're going to continue definitely. For now, we do events for Easter, right before Easter, right before 4th of July, and for Thanksgiving. We would like to do more often because we saw the need is big. If we get more support, of course, we're going to do it more often. I'm just going to give you my information, and if anybody needs more information, I can provide it after the meeting. But I just wanted to say thank you so much. It was wonderful. The people were crying. Everything was fresh from the store. They were like, even people that were going to Food Lion just came to see what is going on over there for the first time, and they were crying that there was so much love that was shared, not just the food. So I just want to thank the mayor and town of Hollywood, for Ravenel. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
and
you.
thank you for what you do for the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who else we got?
Mr. Grant?
You want to do a little setup?
Sure. So the mayor has asked myself and others in the Old Ellington community area to talk to our neighbors and get some input and feedback about the changes that are going to occur at the school. So it's been long overdue. We finally had a meeting in March, and we had about 26 community members that were present. There were a lot of conversations and memories shared and a few concerns, and mostly what they want to see amount to the new community center amount to. And I say community center, but we're also talking about the new town center. So there's a lot of questions and about the building itself, what to do with the building. There was a lot of concern and conversation about the cultural and historic preservation, the value it had to the Black community. It is the second school. The first school was the older building that was across the street that burned, and this newer school was established in 1950. Was it 1950? And so there's a lot of history, and so they talked about the principal that was named after Miss Ellington and her famous or infamous red chair. And so if you went to the red chair, that means you were waiting for that spanking or something like that. So one young man actually is working on an art piece that is part of the history prior to us even having the meeting. So there are people who were already looking forward to and establishing some history and doing some things related to cultivating the history of the school in the area. The building was used for a variety of community events. There was one young lady that spoke about her parents having their 50th wedding anniversary, and literally all generations of her family had attended the school, and if they didn't, they had attended the school across the street prior to that. So we talked about maintaining the history. The mayor even mentioned doing some kind of bus or something, but it sounds like most of the community members were there want a little piece of what's there to be left. How that could be done, that's what needs to be established. Some other concerns were what community resources that could be at the town hall, and they mentioned every age group, so it sounds like that would create and establish diversity, and of course we want that. And we are trying to get in contact with Ms. Ellington's daughter for more historical information, anything she could provide for us. Someone mentioned visiting the building, and I know the mayor mentioned that the asbestos update needed to be done. So at some point, if that is an opportunity before demo,
Sure.
if we could look into that. And we talked about having future meetings and not all of them being in person. So my hope is that we can have a couple Zoom meetings during the month of May. And then in June, I'll be out of school. We get out earlier this year, hoping to focus and have a few special meetings to kind of narrow things down. because the contractors are ready, so we have to line up with the contractors. So anyone that does have input and history, we're interested in hearing about it, and we're gonna establish a means to get that done. Commissioner Grant actually has written a grant specifically to work on the history, and he wants to share some facts about that. So if you know anyone, we'll figure out a way to get everything collected, maybe through Ms. Michaela or another site, and include electronic versions. So, Mr. Grant.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Eric Grant, 5705 Salters Hill Road, Ravenel. Like Councilperson Brown said, I was awarded a grant from the Charleston Scientific and Cultural Education Fund to complete a history of the Miley Hill E.V. Ellington School. And so my intention is to begin with collecting pictures from all the generations that have attended the school. And what we want to do is kind of create a history in pictures, so that pictures of students in communities, students at schools, their parents, other neighbors, other persons just living in the neighborhood. We want this to be a kind of collective history, because as we know, schools, rural schools especially, black and white, were centers of their community. And more than classwork happened at schools. Like you mentioned, persons had weddings, anniversaries, family reunions. And so I'm collecting all of this information so that we can tell a fuller history of not only the school, but the Miley Hill community and the larger Ravenel community and communities of schools, students who attended the schools outside of Ravenel. And I'd also like to thank the mayor and the town of Ravenel for also assisting with financial help in getting this project started and completed. So thank you.
Absolutely.
And I will keep everyone updated.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking the leadership role on that. Any other public comments? Okay. Town council comments. It's a quiet group tonight. I will say that I've shared the red chair story with our architect, and he says, "Oh, we're gonna have a red chair in that building." So he appreciated that. All right. Well, no comments. Then can I get a motion to adjourn?
I so move that we adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. We're adjourned. 6:18.
Is that a record?
Yeah.
I said 21, you said, no, I said 22, you said 21. You didn't say. You said 6:16.
How's it going? Fine.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
David Crawford,
I see you
actually
today.
doing the farmer's market on Saturday.
Been busy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Speaking of the learning at the farmer's market, very good.
Well, Jim,
And
y'all be sure to sign the minutes for you.